Perfect. Hi guys, I'm George from Dorahacks and welcome to the Klaymakers 2022 Finalist live demo session. I'll be your host and moderator for this demo session, and please feel free to reach out to me anytime via my Telegram at gp_Dora if you'd like to connect and chat more about building a project or partnerships with Dorahacks. For a little bit of background on this demo session, the Klaymakers Hackathon is the flagship hackathon event for the Klaytn ecosystem to help drive the growth of the developer community and ecosystem adoption. The Klaytn team will happily provide ecosystem support directly to the best teams which emerge from this hackathon. At Dorahacks, we are very proud to work together with Klaytn for the first time on this hackathon, and we look forward to working closely with the team in the future. The Klaymakers 2022 hackathon had over 200 submissions in the 2 months that it ran, and 174 teams were verified as qualifying submissions. Out of this, there are 20 finalist teams, some of which have already had the chance to share their project with us in the previous demo sessions on the community live stream in the past few days. And today we'll hear from 5 more teams, as well as tomorrow there'll be another demo session as well. The finalists that we'll be hearing from today are from the FI Plus track, and they are Jonggane Kimchi Premium Index, Memint, KLAYLabs, Nomis, and Bento Dashboard for Klaytn FI Plus. Each team will have 20 minutes to present their project and give us some background and a demo, followed by some questions from the judges that we have with us today, myself and also the community watching the streams. With us today, we're very lucky to have 4 judges from the Klaytn team who will be listening into the demo session and also asking questions. They are Sam, who's the Chief Klaytn Officer at Klaytn, Colin, Head of Core Development at Klaytn, Aiden, Technical Lead of Core Development at Klaytn, and Joseph, Senior Business Manager at Klaytn. For the audience, please feel free to share any questions that you may have during the session in the YouTube or Binance Live chat room. I'm more than happy to ask the team these questions as we go. So without further ado, let's welcome the Jonggane Kimchi Premium Index team to present their project. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks for the intro, George. Should I start right away with sharing the screen?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. Can you guys see the PowerPoint?
Perfect.
All right. So again, thanks for having us, guys. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to come to the final presentation. And we'll today give you a presentation of the Jonggane Kimchi Premium. So Jonggane is the most popular brand for kimchi in Korea, which is the most representative food of South Korea. And our product is based on the Kimchi Premium, and this is a representative of our brand. So in short, we are a synthetic futures exchange introducing the first ever synthetic future for the Kimchi Premium. And let me guide you through what Kimchi Premium is and what our exchange does. So Kimchi Premium is the price gap between the Korean exchanges and overseas exchanges. So what this means is that Korean prices of crypto assets are usually higher than overseas exchanges. So if you have $10,000 in Bitcoin in overseas exchanges, usually it's about $10,500 in Korea. Usually in overseas exchanges, this gap is narrowed by arbitrageurs, but there is still a gap in the Korean and overseas markets because of the Foreign Exchange Transaction Act in Korea. What this basically does, it limits exchanges from providing shorts in the Korean exchanges. So in Korea, you can only long or hold spots. So that's why there is a Kimchi Premium, and this is a well-known phenomenon in the Korean market. In 2017, the Kimchi Premium went as far as 40%, meaning the Korean Bitcoin was higher in 40% range. And there were millions, hundreds and thousands of people trying to trade on this premium. The problem that we have with this extensive market are 3 things. The first thing is that you have to deposit capital in several exchanges. For example, if you have a short product that you're trading on an overseas exchange and you're trading long in Korea, you have to have this in at least 2 exchanges. So you have to manage several exchanges. The second part is, as mentioned, we have an absence of short trading function in Korean exchanges. So you can never short here. So even if you have a higher Korean price and you feel like you want to short and profit off this, you cannot do this because there's no short function. And the third problem is that there's low capital efficiency because there's also no leverage in the Korean market. Even if you see an opportunity, you can only spot trade. So because of unfavorable infrastructure, despite huge demands, this market does not meet demands at the moment. So our solution is very simple. We propose something called a Kimchi Premium Index, and we provide an exchange platform for this. Second is that we provide this in a form of perpetual futures of this index, and we provide and support up to 10x leverage and short functions for the Kimchi Premium. So why has this not happened before? We think there's two reasons. Maybe the foreign exchanges are not that interested in the Kimchi Premium and do not see the potential of this market. The second part is that there has not been a function or a structure that has enabled this. So we implement synthetic protocols, pool-based structure, which enables this for the first time ever. And in our exchange, you can have three characteristics. The first is zero slippage. So even if you trade $1 million or $10 million, you will have no slippage or price impact. You will trade at the exact index that you trade on. The second benefit is that you have no limit in order size. Usually in other exchanges, if your size gets bigger, your price has more impact and your increases and losses. But we have no limit size order because of synthetic structure. The last part is LPs. Because this counterparty is not another trader, but a pool, which is as in synthetics, you can earn trading fees and liquidation fees by taking the opposite position of the traders for LPs. So I want to give you a general explanation about how our index is priced. The default index value for our exchange is 10,000. This means that if Kimchi Premium rises 0.26%, our index will become 10,026. And if it drops 3.17%, it becomes 9,683. And this index is calculated by the Oracle price feed. So what we want to mention is that our team has aggregated order book data from the top 5 Korean exchanges for the top 20 pairs. The aggregated liquidity on these order books for these pairs within a 0.2% range were $300K. And we use 0.2% that for the minimum profit for Kimchi Premium traders that would aim for. Since the Kimchi Premium moved over 0.2% every 3 minutes, we calculated that traders would trade every 3 minutes or 480 times a day. This leads to an estimated total daily volume of $300 million that traders make for trading Kimchi Premium. So this market basically is, you can say, is a daily volume of $300 million. If our exchange can take 20% market share from this market and impose a 0.1% trading fee, the profit for our exchange will lead to $20 million per year. But it doesn't stop here. We expect that we can even expand the size of this market from its current volume. Our exchange can increase capital efficiency of the current fractured Kimchi Premium trading structure by 10x to a market that did not have leverage due to the no leverage policies in Korean exchanges. Plus, since there is no short trading in South Korea, for the first time ever, users will be able to short Kimchi Premium. This will lead to a new paradigm of strategies being introduced to the market to trade Kimchi Premium. What we want to emphasize is that the Kimchi Premium synthetic future product is only the entry point and the go-to-market strategy for the synthetics futures platform that we're planning. After we gain a sufficient user base from this product, we will focus more on our vision. And our long-term vision is to become not just an exchange, but a platform where users can trade a wider range of unique and high-demand indexes. We have a lineup of indexes that we want to plan and add to our exchange, including a basket of cryptos that can be traded as exchange traded functions, an indexed impermanent loss, and most representatively, NFTs. We are planning NFTs as our next set of indexes. We consider that NFTs are limited to only 10,000 units per collection, and there's no platform to leverage or short, but our offering of synthetic futures of blue chip NFTs, including CryptoPunks, BAYC, and MAYC, will drive massive demand for this market. So let's see where all this begins, starting from our Kimchi Premium synthetic futures. So this is the trading page for our index. And here you can get mock USD from the Baobab testnet, and I already gained 5,000 USDC. And this is the Kimchi premium that you're seeing. So this is a range from starting from late October to recently. And you can see that it's changing from a certain range from -2% up to +3% that has the current premium. So we want to trade this with, let's say, 1,000 USDC with leverage of 5x, and then you can approve the USDC. And long on this index. So here we see the notional value. We traded $1,000 with 5x leverage. The collateral is 975 with 25 taken out as fees. Right now, we haven't had any changes in the premium. So the P&L is 0. This is the entry price, and the liquidation price is calculated based on the leverage. So this is how we gain position on the Kimchi premium leverage. And for the counterparty, which is not another trader, but a pool, is you can add the pool on this page. So let's say with the $4,000 that I have left, I want to add another $1,000, approve the USDC, and buy. Now I just paid $1,000 and added to the AUM. So the maximum volume you can trade on this exchange at one point is 100K US dollars right now. And whatever is traded on the trading page, the pool will have the other side. So if traders make profit, the poolers will make loss. And if traders make loss, the poolers will make profit. And the profit of the traders are decided on this page based on the P&L. So thanks for listening to our presentation and demo. We're Jonggane Kimpu. We're starting off with the Kimchi Premium, but we want to expand as a synthetics futures exchange that expands into more products like impermanent loss and NFTs. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks very much for your presentation. So did any of the judges from Klaytn have any questions?
Hi, it's Joseph from Klaytn. It is a really very interesting innovation. I have never seen this kind of fintech technology for a while. I just have one question. You use USDC other than other stable coins to compare the Kimchi index. So may I know the particular reasons for you to choose USDC rather than other stable coins?
So we consider this the safest. I won't talk much about the USDT, which has a lot of issues. We did consider between BUSD and USDC, but because USDC just has a higher market share, that's the one that we chose.
Got it. I agree with you that USDC and BUSD, they are probably the two safest stable coins in the market for the meantime. And for the Korean won value, may I know it is just an average of the 5 exchanges that you use, or is it like a VWAP volume weight average price of the cryptocurrencies traded on those Korean exchanges?
Okay, great question. So for the demo, we're only using a Bitcoin price, but we plan to expand this into 5 exchanges for the top 10 pairs. So that's 50 pairs in total. So why we do this is because if we only do Bitcoin, changing the price for exchanges other than Upbit, which is like Bithumb, Coin1, Corbit, and GoPax, that takes about 500K US dollars to manipulate. So we expand this into 10 pairs and average them out. And in this case, you will need about $4 million to manipulate our index. So when our products actually come out, we plan to expand it to the total 50 pairs.
That's good. I agree with you that it is safer that we include more price pairs, as well as more data, so that it is harder to manipulate the market and the price. Because for this kind of service, if we have the problem of rubbish in or get rubbish out. So if the price is wrong, some attackers or hackers, they can actually attack the protocol. My last question will be, for the Oracle, are you just using the API of a centralized exchange, or do we have any plan to use Chainlink Oracle or other types of Oracle service providers?
So we're talking with 3 Oracle providers. The first one is Space and Time. The second one is Luca. And these 2 are institutional crypto providers, and their combined market cap of these 2 companies is $3 billion. So we found them pretty reputable. And the third one is Chainlink. So we want to have an average price of these 3 index providers, which we think more index providers becomes more safety, because index price is really, really important for our exchange.
Great answers. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Joseph. Was there any other questions from any of the Klaytn team? All good. Perfect. All right. So I will move on to the next project for today, who is Memint. Welcome, guys.
Okay. I will share my screen first. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Yes. Okay. Hi, I'm Catherine of Team Goodnode, and my team is building a Web3 dating app named Memint, and I will introduce our app. Meeting new people online, it's not surprising anymore. The global dating app market is $5.61 billion in size. CAGR is 19.2%. However, there are a lot of problems with dating apps, and it is believed that the current dating apps do not fully meet the needs of people who want to date via mobile. As depicted by the huge gender imbalance, women are reluctant to use dating apps due to reasons such as negative perceptions and sexual harassment of dating apps. And sometimes, even dating app companies conduct cheating themselves, such as the creation of fake female profiles to induce male users to chat. As these problems accumulate, dating apps lose its original function and become vicious platforms. We've defined 2 things we need for a sustainable dating app. First, a reliable platform made up of mannered users, and second, a platform that lots of female users look for. If we solve these 2 problems, we hypothesize that it would be possible to create a dating platform with a virtuous cycle that allows all users to reliably use. Memint wants to solve this problem with group dating and blockchain-based tokenomics. These are the competitive advantages of Memint. Memint offers dating in the form of group dating. Group datings are in the form of N-on-N dating, which has many advantages over one-on-one blind dates. First, users, especially female users, prefer group datings because they feel secure and they get to participate with close friends. Second, the focus is on making friends, which puts less pressure on romantic relationship. And third, so that it creates incentives to stay in the app for a long time. Memint has the feature to send feedback after the date is over. The feedback score received from the other party determines the token mining and consumption rate. Also, the feedback score you receive is shown to other users. It works like a reputation system. Memint has a character named Memint. When users sign up, they are given a unique image of Memint, and this Memint avatar represents the user. This gamification element enhances the tokenomics effect. we have token named team. This team token serves as an incentive to induce positive behavior and maintain a virtuous platform. I will explain in more detail while demonstrating how the app is actually used. Users will see this page after registering. The Memint avatar has several attributes. The status bar surrounding Memint represents energy. When you create a group dating room, you must have energy to join the group dating. When you run out of energy, you must either wait for energy to regenerate or use tokens to restore it. This step represents experience. It indicates how many times you have joined group datings. The stat next to it is the attractiveness index, which represents the average of the scores received from the other person so far. S, D, and B at the bottom indicate the token mining and consumption rate. This is calculated by giving the sum of the experience and attractiveness index a weight equal to the egg you have. Just buying an egg is a quick way to strengthen SDB index. However, since SDB is proportional to experience and attractiveness points, no matter how good an egg you buy, you won't be able to mine as many tokens if you don't get positive feedback. Now let me show you how to join a group dating. This is the group dating marketplace. You can check the group dating area, number of people, date, and age group. You can join the desired dating, just click the join button. You can also create your own room like this. Then other people will sign up to your room, right? Then you can either accept it or reject it. Before accepting, you can also spend tokens to check the profile picture of the person who asked to meet with you. An attractive person applied, so I will accept him. Now that all the members are gathered, let's chat. Say hello to other members and set a date and place to meet. Finally, click the confirm button to confirm the appointment. When the appointed dates arrive, we enjoy the dating. Users can make friends on a date, or make a lover, or just enjoy a party with alcohol. What users need to do is to take a photo of the authentication with them and upload it. The Memint app rewards you with tokens as soon as you authenticate your group dating. After the dating, you can return home and send feedback on the dating mates. Sending feedback will reward you with tokens. This feedback expresses you like someone who meet in date, and at the same time determines the attractiveness score of them. I also got feedback on my dating. So you can see that my attractiveness score has changed based on the feedback I received. This raised our SDB score. Now my token consumption rate has reduced and the mining rate has increased. If you previously had to consume 1 token to check others' picture, now you only need to consume 0.4 tokens. We designed so that the sincere actions of users in the real world are linked to Memint's growth. And Memint's growth is linked on increase in token reward. In other words, behaving well is more profitable. Our target users are Korean office workers in their 20s and 30s. This is because office workers have a high demand for dating, but a lack of opportunity to meet new people. Also, because Korea is familiar with the dating format of group datings, we target Korea as the first service country, and we will expand the market more and more based on these early users. Memint considers a specific user base. These are the users who were very popular in the dating market. The very existence of these users attracts more ordinary people to our platform. We call them special users. Memint has a structure where more token rewards can be returned to special users, allowing them to stay longer and more often use our app. We don't do artificial user labeling, and users don't even know where they belong. This system leads to our business model. The existing Web2 dating apps had a structure that monopolized the revenue paid by ordinary users. Whereas in Memint, this revenue is shared with special users. This structure helps to address extreme gender imbalances and creates long-term stable returns. In summary, our BM is the cost of using the platform by users, fees for our transactions, and access revenue. This is our roadmap. We started a closed beta test last week and are currently in the process of verifying its marketability. We plan to modify and develop the app based on the tests. And we will expand our business by considering technologies, partnership, and content that can be related to dating. And we aim to launch the service in overseas markets next year. We have a clear reason for choosing Klaytn. As mentioned earlier, we are targeting Korean users and we take user experience very seriously. Klaytn has the best transaction speed and low gas fees. Above all, Klaytn Cliff's wallet can be easily accessed through KakaoTalk, Korea's representative messenger service. Therefore, we decided that the Klaytn platform is the best way to give users the best Web3 UX. I will share our vision. Global dating app users account for 4 out of 100 people worldwide. We want people to have more enjoyable relationships with others through our platform. And I believe that Web3 helps make this vision a reality. The Web3 market is also growing. However, the barriers to entry are very, very high. As proof of this, the unique active wallet of the DApp is very low, and it is returning to a structure only for users who are familiar with crypto. We hope that through Memint, more people will recognize the value of Web3 and become familiar with the environment. Memint will be the best use case for Web3 in real life. We want to read the market adoption of Web3. I think the dating market, which has 323 million people, will serve as a good start. We aim to be a dating app for everyone with a reliable community based on Web3. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. Sounds very interesting. Did any of the Klaytn team have any questions?
Yeah. Hello, can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. At first, thank you for the interesting presentation. I like your cute avatars.
Thank you.
Yeah. One of the biggest concern of on-chain dating application is privacy. Yeah. Yes. So even though blockchain provides should anonymity, but some people can guess the identity of a user or the relationship between users. So I have 2 questions about this. And first, which part of your applications are on-chain parts? And the second is that, do you have any plan to provide privacy on your application, like GK thing or layer 2 solutions?
Okay, currently on-chain transactions are only used when a user uses a wallet. That is when receiving, transferring, and swapping. Token usage is updated via an internal database query. On-chain data is only updated through interactions with the outside world. As I mentioned earlier, we really care user experience. This is So I think this is a solution to maximize the user experience and fee savings in token usage. But we will further expand the use of on-chain, yes, such as urban tokens as a dating resume, and Memint premium NFT exchanges. For example, behavior characteristics evaluated by others or recorded on-chain, and it will be utilized as a more reliable personal verification method. And the second question, you said layer 2 solution.
Actually, privacy solution. Yeah.
I think we haven't considered that part yet, so we will consider that layer 2 more and reflect it in the product in the future. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think if you adopt a kind of evaluation features, then maybe you need some privacy solution, and maybe the Klaytn has some kind of GK research, and so maybe you can adopt that kind of researches. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I have a question about how to prevent abusing of this the group dating, because this is a group dating platform. For example, I and my friends can create a group and give some good feedbacks to each one, and then those people will have higher score. So do you have any mechanism or the policy to prevent this kind of abusing scenario?
Yes, actually, as I said in the presentation, there are a lot of dating apps problem. So that's all about the abusing users. So I think economics prevents the kinds of abusing users first, but we also think that it is the minimum solution for abusing users. But I think there are a lot of ways to prevent the kinds of user, like we will only adults can register, or dating when we authenticate the group datings, we will check the GPS data, or yes, that kinds of thing. We will enhance the check algorithm. Yes, we plan to.
Okay. Yeah, I have more questions about that, but because of time, I'll skip the part of questions. Okay, I'll give you other chance.
Thank you so much.
Catherine, I had a question for you. So, I mean, I understand that that there's obviously a lot of competition in the Web2 space with dating applications and relationship applications. So, I mean, how do you plan to compete with those established applications and create a sustainable user base?
Yes. Yes. There are a lot of Web2 dating apps, and I think we have very competitive advantages in tokenomics. We reward our participants financially, and the problem with the existing Web2 dating is the severe gender imbalance. And there are popular people who are pretty and handsome in the dating market. However, existing apps do not consider them and do not provide reasonable compensation. So we think this can be solved with tokenomics. And the tokenomics is meaningful in that it provides a reasonable reward to the creator of the content by sharing the profits with the participants. As mentioned earlier, our service rewards special users financially with tokens. Special users have a positive impact on the platform by bringing out other ordinary people to the platform. So I think that's the different part from the existing Web2 dating app. So yes, by doing so, it can lead to active and positive actions of users and become a good platform. So yes.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Catherine. Thanks for your time and your presentation, also for answering the questions. We'll now move on to the next project, KLAYLabs. Welcome. I think you're muted. I think you're on mute. No, I can't hear you, sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Okay. Oh, can you see my PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
That's
Okay.
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 Good.
Let me start my presentation. Okay. Hello. I'm Rick from KLAYLabs. The KLAYLabs is a data platform service for Klaytn DeFi ecosystem. Let me start my presentation. In this year, the Klaytn ecosystem has experienced dramatic growth. In March of this year, the Klaytn DeFi TVL reached 2.5 billion, and DEXs have achieved a cumulative trading volume of 3 billion. And 60 DeFi projects and over 100 projects are launched in this year. So this year, the Klaytn ecosystem has growth in diversity as well as growth in scale. The problem is, however, there are some problems for investors. So despite the growth of this ecosystem, there is a problem that it is difficult for investors to fully utilize their various investor sites. The first reason is that there are a lot of things to consider investing in. For example, there are already over 200 LPs taking places. So investors often give up on investment reviews on this situation or seek a limited scope. So they miss the opportunity to earn more. And second is we are operating, many of the projects operating various communications, but as for investors, it is difficult to keep up with content produced by various information channels. So we are very busy, so we cannot keep up with the information, so they can lose the important information from the project. The third reason is that the method of depositing in asset is inefficient. We deposit the asset in different sites. It is hard to track and manage assets spread across multiple projects. So how about the third-party services? In my opinion, and there is no optimal solution that solves that difficulties. The reason is that, as you can see in the below, there are many third-party projects in there, but many of the services are not support for Klaytn chain. Even if connected, even if supported, too low data coverage for Klaytn DeFi ecosystem. If we go one step further, these services themselves also have fragmented for information, and there is a limit to conveniently operating DeFi in one place. This is our solution. To solve the problem, we collect data in a different way than before. And through the collected data, we provide integrated DeFi services for investors. As is data connection from project to be data collected by Klaytn for seamless data collection. This is the data flow. Klaytn collects information directly without the need for labor in DeFi project. Project can exposure promotion to investors. So they share the information for us very well. And KLAYLabs provide various information by processing the collected data for investors. This will make increase the traffic for our site. And next, we make information service for DeFi users. We are trying to create a service that can conduct investment search, analysis, investment management rather than subdivided by functions. So we want to make a user-friendly integrated service for DeFi. This is our service. This page is main page for KLAYLabs project. Users can see the overall status of Klaytn DeFi at a glance. Let me explain key features in here. First one is overall and comparative information. We collect from most of the Klaytn DeFi projects. We can see the Klaytn chain DeFi market status. Moreover, users can see 45 projects and 41 tokens trend in one place. Through the top gainer, you can also find out which projects are popular in these days. The second one is well-organized SNS information right here. We extract key events from the SNS news and provide the information with calendar-based view. So users can prepare and participate easily without spending time on monitoring. Moreover, we show the integrated SNS news in here from 45 projects. So users can see the latest news produced by the 45 Klaytn DeFi projects in now. And this is Yield Explorer. This page is for investors looking for the best investment location. Let me explain key features in here. First one is find the best invest pool. We collected over 200 pools. Users can get information without having go to the page to find it. Moreover, investors can use the filter to find the best pools for them easily. Second one is processing information. As you can see in here, TVL APR is different in the days. So, but every project shows just to like here, 24 hours APR. So if we just see the data, we choose long pools in pools. So we will provide the APR timeline in here. So it will be helpful for investors. Let's show the right demo. This is KLAYLabs. Yeah, and this is the main page. As I said before, and you can choose the range of the Klaytn DeFi overview, and you can see in here the Klaytn DeFi project in one page. You can choose the categories and the on days filters, and you can see the gainer, loser, and event list, and you can see the feed collection. You can see the Klaymaker in here also. And here is Yield Explorer. and you have many choices to best pools in here. There are so many pools in Klaytn. It is hard, before making this site, it had time to find the best pool in Klaytn chain. So go back to the slide. Our achievement is here. We provide the widest range of project integration. Based on the DeFi services listed in Klaytn website, we cover 95% in coverage now, and we acquire meaningful user traffic. Since starting the service, it has achieved 210K page view. This data is from Google Search Console. And we start provide open API service for some third-party companies. We provide 5 open API now. And this is roadmap. In this year, we will end up the data collection and show and comparison analysis. And after that, we will start the service for investors and third-party developers. For investors, they can track their assets and they can control more easily. And for developers, they can make DeFi project more easily. So in next year, we will supply more guys. Our team has sufficient experience in various fields. We have over 5 or 10 years experience in engineering. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks for your presentation. Appreciate it. Were there any questions from the Klaytn team to start us off?
Yes, may I ask a question? This survey is very meaningful to enhance the transparency and market efficiency of Klaytn. But I would like to wonder, collecting, processing, and storing data that takes a lot of time and money.
Actually, that is 2 perspectives. The first is for investors. They take too much time to find the investment pools and the news. So that is the efficiency for investor. And for third-party developers, they do the same things for making integrated multi-chain asset services or aggregators. So we collect every data about contract data or contract labeling to them so they can decrease the time to make the third-party solutions. That is efficiency, I said.
That's great. So when you offer these services, do you have any plan to make your services sustainable in the long time? Because in the long run, you may need to invest a lot of money and time to collect the data and store the data.
So actually now we have some talk with some companies about the API business. Actually, the money is not big, but I think it is meaningful for start the business. And that actually in this stage, market is not good. I think after the market, we prepare the features for DeFi after the summer. And then we will open this services in by money. But so in next year, maybe this is maybe the main money maker for our company.
I see. May I have asked one last question? As you know, there are many GameFi projects nowadays. Do you have any plan to include GameFi data in your service as well?
Actually, some GameFi service project, we have a meeting, but actually we have a plan, but this is, we don't getting the plan in here because that is not related in this. So actually, I didn't get in here because that is not determined. So that this is determined features. So if that is determined, I will get in our roadmap, right? GameFi.
No problem, no problem.
Okay.
As we always welcome new development, if you want to enter into the GameFi data service offering space, we are very happy to support as well.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I have a question. For the follow-up questions, so how did you bring the project to your site? So anyway, you need to bring more DeFi projects to your site. Is there any ways to bring the users, projects to be included in your site?
I'm sorry, I cannot understand your question. You mean how can I get the data from project? Or
Well, how do you list the project to your site?
lead?
You list. How do you add your project, another project to your site? You have,
release. I know. I understand. Yes. It is not determined, but maybe we will separate some features because users are different. So we will separate by the users. Yeah, we will expand the service. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Hello. Yeah, thanks a lot for carrying Klaytn ecosystem much. And I think KLAYMAKERS, your project is covering almost full Klaytn project. So thanks a lot. And so I just want to listen about what is the hardest point when you build KLAYLabs.
Can I ask again? Sorry.
Yeah. What was the hardest point when you build KLAYLabs?
This is very time-consuming job because every project and most of the projects are closed source. So yeah, it is high time for me the digging the contact labeling and the API. So it is hard time for me, but actually I think it is strong point for us because other guys very have a hard time for them. So maybe they want to our API because they need more time. They need a month's time to get the contact labeling or make an API. So they want to our API. Maybe because it's very hard and time consuming.
Yeah, I understand that. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
And also I want to listen, what is the strongest point compared to other analytic services like Nansen and DeFi Llama?
At first, I think that KLAYLabs is an analytical site, but now we found that the services are fragmented like here. DeFi Llama is the yield aggregator and the news event and on-chain analysis and asset management. However, for DeFi users, we need every service in one place, but they are segmented. So our goal is changed. We changed it. We provide every information for DeFi users. We changed it. Yeah.
Everything in one site. Yeah.
Yeah, it is good for DeFi users, I think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Very good. Thanks for the questions, guys. And thank you for your presentation again. We'll now move on to the next project, which is Nomis. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hi, mate.
Let me share my screen. Can you?
Yeah.
Perfect. It starts from Nomis, and we are building on-chain credit score protocol that helps DeFi borrowers to get the best lending offers. We are backed with grants by Solana, Aave, and Meta Cartel, and also won a few hackathons, Polygon, and 1-inch tracks. So we are a team of 6 guys. Each of us has more than 5 years of relevant experience. My co-founder Alex has a 5-year C-level experience and 15 years experience in neural networks and R&D. My co-founder Fedor, he's a CTO. He has a PhD in computer science, and he keeps 8 patents in AI, and also was building L1 blockchain before. And me, I'm also co-founder. I have 4 years experience in product design and product management, and before was building event platform with NFT tickets on Ethereum. So we are working on the problem of under-collateralized loans. It's one of the most hardest problems in DeFi borrowing market. Basically, our vision is DeFi loans sucks in many ways. So the hardest parts are DeFi loans scare away mainstream borrowers with over collateralization. Like you need to have, let's say, 150% or 125% collateral to borrow 100% loan. And also borrowers are unable to leverage their own chain reputation to get better terms, even if they have, let's say, positive on-chain history. And we came up with the solution, the on-chain credit score that enables personalized DeFi products and offers, which pieces together your DeFi identity from different chains, different protocols, makes DeFi borrowing as easy and transparent as traditional finance, and also help to find relevant lending offers based on Web3 footprint. So how it works, we provide borrowers with credit scores based on their multi-chain activities, multi-chain history. Also enable and incentivize DeFi lenders to hire credit score data to offer custom terms on loans and connect borrowers with the most relevant offers from different DeFi protocols. So in our vision, it works like that. Like without our score, Nomis score, you have higher liquidation rate, higher APR, and you need more collateral to get your loan. And with our score, lending providers can offer you less collateral, better APR terms, and better liquidation rate. So according to market, we saw this huge opportunity comparing traditional finance with decentralized finance. As you can see, there is a more than 500x in growth comparing these two markets. And if we can help to make the decentralized finance closer, the decentralized finance experience closer to traditional finance, we see this huge opportunity in growth here. So our business model includes some fee that we take from DeFi lenders for providing users Web3 footprint and data from their decentralized identity. Also, we can charge some fee from borrowers for them to mint their credit score NFTs or SBT, as you name it. And also, we see this high qualities of some sort of advertisement, so we can suggest borrowers the best loan opportunities on the decentralized finance and get some fee for this as well. So during our Klaytn Hackathon experience, we came up with we integrated Klaytn into our product. So you can check it by going to nomis.cc/score and choose here Klaytn network. Let's try this address that I found on Klaytn scope. You put this address here, click get score. Let's wait a few seconds. Since we operate on chain data in real time, we need some time to calculate the score. Let's wait a bit. It should be done soon. Usually it takes not more than 15 seconds. So yeah, here it is. Here you can see the good human readable UI, so you can understand who is like behind the wallet, like some insights for the wallet. You can see the total balance in Klay, wallet turnover, wallet age, and a few achievements of the wallet. It's just a beginner since this wallet was created less than 9 months ago. And this wallet is a big spender since it has spendings more than 270,000 Klay. And here you can see the Nomis score. A bit later, we'll also add an opportunity to mint this score to your wallet. And you can also see all the wallet stats that we use and calculate in our score. And also we released an API. You can basically click here like docs and see our API. Like we encourage every developer to just play around with it. We click execute and you see all the parameters that we use. You can scroll here. So if you are a DeFi developer, feel free to use our API and you can message us with any suggestion or feedback. So we see this DeFi lending borrowing market as a first step for us, but our big picture vision goes beyond that. We see this problem with all decentralized application and services. With the Web2 model, with all the application services using basically each service uses its own database, and your user account on each service, let's say on each messenger, each social network, mailing provider, bank, or credential platform, everywhere you have like your own user account with own services database. And we see this problem maybe solved with Web3, where you can have just one decentralized identity or wallet, which can have access to all the data across the Web3 decentralized application platforms. And we can use this to score your wallet very accurate using all the data, all the transaction from different decentralized applications like NFT trading, like token trading. Maybe you've issued some credentials like diplomas or some IDs as NFTs. So we can use all this information and create, and our service creates like a beautiful human readable identity page for your wallet or multiple wallets if you use multiple wallets. And also we can use all this data to calculate our score more precisely. So that's it. Thank you for your time. Feel free to drop me a line. Always ready to chat. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Adi. I appreciate the presentation. Thanks for that. Were there any questions from the Klaytn team?
So let me go first. Yeah, the key idea of this project is to use the score of your project for evaluating different wallets and different users. But I'm wondering how the score is measured, because I didn't find the details about the score. So could you share some details about the making scores?
Yeah, that's a good question and actually a common one. Like we don't disclosure by now our model since we received some feedback that it will be possible to manipulate your score. We need to solve some issues and then we have plans to open source it. I can say that we used a hierarchy analysis method to measure the score, to calculate the score. If you are interested, I guess it will be more productive to connect you with our CTO so he can answer the questions more correctly. not like waste time here. So.
Okay, so then to make it simple, so could you show some kind of important factors that can increase the score? Or this is still secret? Yeah.
So you can check it here. Like we show all the wallet stats, but what we don't show is we don't show their weight in our algorithm. So for example, I can say that one of the highest weight in our score it's the wallet age, and we calculate and we treat wallet age since the first transaction, not the time that wallet was created. So since you made your first transaction, we count the wallet age in that moment. Also, total amount of transaction and amount of transactions per month, like average transaction time as well. So to have, I can say that to have a good score, you need your wallet to be old enough. Also, you need not really huge, but let's say like good amount of coins in your total turnover. Also, you should have like some positive average transactions, some let's say 10 transactions per week at least. That means that you are an active user. And also we treat like multiple parameters, like we have it in our roadmap, not released right now, but if you receive some payments from DAO, like some salaries in DAO, you make some contributions. Have you made any contributions or proposals in DAO? Were these proposals approved or not? So it also can be represented in your score as well.
Okay. Thank you for the answer. So I last question. But you also mentioned that this Nomis project is for cross-chain kind of activity scoring.
Yes.
So
yes.
how do you utilize the score of other chain in another chain?
Since most of the users in Web3 have multiple wallets and multiple chains, that's obvious. We see a lot of sense to building Nomis as this cross-chain solution. And by now, we calculate each score on each network separately. And we have this thing in our roadmap, this feature to combine all the scores and other networks to the unified, like decentralized identity. We haven't decided based on which tag it will be built, like in which network. So it's to be announced. But by now we use like different APIs to calculate each score for each wallet for each network separately. You can also check it on nomis.cc. You can choose multiple chains.
Okay, yeah, thank you for the answers.
Thank you for questions.
I have a question about the business model. So do you have tokens, or how do you continue your business with your service?
By now, we just working for grants from which we received previously. We have plans for launching token. The thing is, we need to do it smart. Like we don't want to just issue token for no reason, which has no real utility inside the platform. We have a few interesting ideas of governance, the algorithm and the protocol. And we have some advisors which are helping us with this like token governance model. So yeah, we have plans for launching tokens, but not right now.
Yeah, and I have similar question with the Sam. So there are many EVM compatible chains, so their wallet address is almost the same. So in that case, you can merge the same addresses into the single score for a single person, and also you can use. I think you also have different non-EVM compatible chains. You have you have Ripple and other chains. So in that case, you can also merge other accounts together.
All the EVM chains, we can combine them together easily, but for Solana and Celo network and some others, we need to come up with the solution how to match it together. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Artis. Artie, sorry for presenting.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Now we'll move on to the last project for the evening, Bento dashboard for Klaytn. Welcome.
Yeah, nice to meet you, everyone. I'll share my screen. So yeah, can you see my presentation, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not an English native speaker, so I made subtitles behind. So okay, let's start. Yeah, I saw most of the Klaytn people joined Bento and tried our product. And since I think that's a pretty awesome start. So although we pushed some major updates today, but I'll be focusing on delivering our vision and our future. Okay, then before we start, I want to add an open question to everybody. Like, how do dApps scale in Web3? As you all know, the first stage is writing a contract and deploying it to a public chain and leveraging its network effect to spread the alpha, or of course, if they have some. But what happens if you are cheap PMF? Most apps want to scale even more. So what? They head outside their base camp. They go cross-chain. Let's talk about Uniswap, for example. After they attracted users and found success in Ethereum, they deploy the same contracts with minor changes in other EVM-based networks. But what's the next step after that? The contracts are totally separate from each other, only sharing a weak bond with their brand and front end. What happens to their tokenomics? Can they provide sustainable utility? For instance, I brought up Steppen. As you all know, Steppen is a work-to-earn model in Solana. It has different tokens deployed on BNB and Ethereum, but they have divided values, like different values in each mainnet. And I think this is kind of messed up. Okay. So the team thinks dApps will eventually have their own standalone chains. We call them app chains. Of course, they can become stronger by scaling out horizontally, by scaling out networks, but there's a clear limit over there. They want their own sovereignty. And here I have some examples. I have two kinds, and I'll show you the famous one first. Here we have DYDX and BAYC. And as you all know, BAYC's governance token is ApeCoin. And they say they are migrating to their own chain, same as DYDX. And some chains in the Cosmos ecosystem are another example, such as Osmosis. Osmosis is the DEX DEX app chain for the interchain, and Stride is a liquidity staking DeFi app to their own dedicated chain. The second kind can be rather nerve-hitting for you guys, but Remix started with Klaytn, but eventually launched their mainnet with its native token distribution and validator set, or GCs or MCPs, I think they're all the same words, but anyway, yeah. The industry outlooks that Bora and Moderator is feeling the same need. Of course, Bora is already L2 and is quite stable on top of Klaytn, so let's just pass about that. Okay, so the future we are thinking is that apps will launch their own chains. And this is the inevitable future for all the apps. For your information, our team name is named Inevitable too. We shape the inevitable future after extracting core insights from the world. Okay, back to our Klaytn talk. So what's the role of layer 1 in this future then? We made up one answer. Okay, so layer 1s will become modular. Instead of gathering everything in one chain, like the past Ethereum, they'll be divided into smaller parts and become interoperable with each other. Since it's getting easier to apps to deploy their own chain because of some massive growth for other frameworks such as Cosmos SDKs and rollups and bootstrappers, public L1s will just remain as testing platforms for early idea stage apps before they go out in their sibling chain. So you must focus on helping them achieve PMFs. If you provide high quality infra and SDKs for developers and make it easy to anyone get their idea in Klaytn, new apps will become built. And then some of them will create arbitrage opportunities, and hopefully some of the apps will become core apps like Anchor in Terra and make a lot of transactions. So mainnet can absorb the TXN transaction fees and burn Clay or whatever, yeah. And we think Klaytn is the best incubator here. So because it provides high TPS and short TTF, time to finalize. And since it's event-based, we can absorb the user pool of existing Solidity dApps. Okay, so I'll talk about how our product is urgent with this. Crypto is 24/7. In this space, everything moves so fast. The market situation changes rapidly, and new leaders, new services come out and goes out, new chains every day. Regardless of the future that I said before about multiple chains and layers, information should be displayed as one. For example, we cannot use one's wallet address to represent a user anymore, because users are already spreading their activity through multiple wallet addresses in various chains. So we introduced Bento, our product, on Web3 dashboard. Yeah, okay, I made up a demo, but I think since all of you tried our product, so I'll just show my profile and use the screenshot to share the details. Okay, so it's loading. So we can add another chains, like selecting the architecture or connect other chains using other wallets. And yeah, okay, never mind. So we provide DeFi information, like, and yeah, I'll just pass the presentation first. So after receiving signatures with the wallet connectors, the Bento registers new users and save wallets under that identity. Then it aggregates balances and DeFi stats for each token and wallet using various indexing APIs and tandem RPCs and things like that. And we are also query contracts in our backend infra. So we are integrating DeFi protocols one by one, just for now. So we are supporting KlaySwap, Coconut Swap, Swap Scanner, and KlayStation in the Klaytn network. And we are also adding support for other chains like Osmosis and more BNB and Ethereum, Avalanche, and so on. Okay. So there are lots of dashboards in this space actually. So most apps like Swap Scanner or Blue Whale have one built inside them too. And if you extend the scope to the entire scene, we have Nansen Portfolio, A-Board, and Kepler, Japper, Zapier, and yeah, the things go on. But nothing is enough, I think. It is difficult to find a place that supports all assets used by users. Furthermore, I was disappointed that there was moving cringy outside the ecosystem, and I found the answer why. As for the background, most dashboard services are built by specific app layer ones or with sharing investors with them. And the main reason is that all projects are built closed source. You have to depend on the team to get listed. Because of number one, it's harder to scale out their current market. Because the team only want to enhance the current platform only. You can't build this with a single team. But still people want to view all their assets in one place, like we did at Web2. Emergence of Alpha dashboard is inevitable, so we thought of a solution, and that's open source. So developers will write a script and make a PR for a repository, and if that gets merged, it'll be shown in Bento in a flash. So I think you may be wondering, does it really work? And yeah, it works. And I watched the success story, and I think the KLAYLABs team introduced about DeFi Llama, but anyway, it's an open source project that quality their data from protocols and monitors that. So anyone can support their app fork them and add code and open PRs like that. So it has like 2,000 protocols over it, and it shows data from Klaytn. Like 29 projects already did that. So we saw the opportunity here to build a dashboard services for general users as open source. This way, you can create a dashboard where users can see all the assets on every chain, every layer, every whatever. So we wanted to avoid reinventing the wheel. So we searched all the products in this space. But aside from TBRs, we discovered that no team is building stat fetchers for user accounts. So this is the example of a code adapter. This is a simple integration of scanner governance taking. So you can just use our internal SDKs to make a contract and query data by multi-core and just return them with our interface. Yeah. So we automatically fetch token information. So the protocol adapter is the only thing you have to write by adding support to Bento. And we'll add support for rendering protocols and make docs and more things like that. So with Bento, we have an abstraction layer of user security. User identity, sorry. So I'm going to share the future, and then I think the time will be up. And we have plans to decentralize the entire app into a sovereign chain, so which supports wallet validation logic as a native contact method. Users will group accounts and activities into a single Bento account. So did you saw the idea of soulbound tokens made by Vitalik? I think that's impossible to say that you can track user identity with only a single chain's NFT. But in Bento, because we aggregate all the data from lots of chains, we actually can make it happen. So third-party apps will be able to consume, relay, commit data to our identity chain with all the actions. And we are also researching about using Klaytn, but I think that's a bit future. So yeah, but I think because of on-chain finality that Klaytn provides, this is the best chain for us, because I can't imagine someone waits every 5 or 12 seconds for just one transaction. I think you all agree on that. So, but as for 2022, we are going to focus on our core thesis to make Bento a self-running dashboard backed by a strong developer community. And I think we are doing that. So yeah, that's the end of our presentation. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you for your presentation. Were there any questions from the Klaytn team?
Yeah, I have a question about this. So how long did you implement for this?
Oh, I'll just show you our code. I don't remember. I think we initialized the repo about 5 months ago or 4 months. So yeah, it was fun.
Okay, great. And then also I have another question about the business model. So how do you think you can earn your I don't know, business
income? Yeah. We aren't thinking about that because the infra didn't cost much for now, but as we scale, I think we have to worry about that, I think. So dashboards are hard to monetize. I think you already know that, but if we launch our own DID chain or make other experiments such as protocols or yield optimization in our platform, or integrate a swap or something, we can earn some little profits. I think I'll be satisfied with that. But I think we have to, in order to make something big, we have to make a DID chain. I think that's the most profitable thing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have another question from the business side. I can see that you have English and Korean versions of your application. Since you cover many different chains, actually you can go out to target different users out of Korea and different countries. May I know what languages or countries you are targeting in the future?
As you can see, we are currently supporting English and Korean for now, but we can just add transactions, we can just leave it to the community or things like that. But I think I have friends in India, so maybe in the future we'll go the US or India, or I don't know, starting one by one.
That's great. There are many markets that Klaytn have a lot of partners.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to them, we are very happy to make an introduction.
Yeah, of course. I think Klaytn have a strong user base in Asia. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a great fit.
Yeah, I like your project because it's open source project and supporting much change, so it's great. And I'm curious about the endpoint you are using. So because you are connecting to lots of chains and also requiring lots of API calls, because maybe your front end call lots of checking the status of lots of project, NFT project and DeFi project. So if you have lots of users, then maybe you need dedicate endpoint for every chain. So maybe it's gonna be lots of money consuming.
I understand that.
Yeah, so I hope you're gonna have some kind of business model. Anyway, so I have nothing to ask. Just I want to share my concern, and I hope your project's getting well. And thank you.
Yeah, your point is totally right. So we have to run our node, or maybe earn some partnerships with other reliable sources. So I'm recently thinking about that, and thanks. Great point.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Were there any other questions from anyone? Cool. Alrighty, well, I think that concludes our demo session for today. So thank you to all of the teams and presenters for joining us today and contributing your time and efforts to today's demo session. It was really good to hear from all of you and hear what you and your teams are building. And of course, congratulations on being a finalist for KLAYMAKERS 2022. This session obviously has been very helpful for us, the community, the Klaytn team, and everyone in the audience to better understand your project, the vision and the future plans. Thanks again to the judges from Klaytn. It was great to have you with us and for asking the fantastic questions to the team members. So thanks, guys. Guys in the audience, if you do have any questions for any of the presenting teams, please feel free to join the community and engage with them, as I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. We do have another episode tomorrow at the same time where we'll be hearing from the KLAYMAKER22 finalists from the public goods track. So if you are interested and haven't followed us on YouTube and Binance Lives, please make sure that you do so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming sessions that we are going to host for you. So thanks again for joining us today, and we hope to see you all again soon. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, George. Thank you, everyone.
Right.